turn right, and your destination will be on your left.
All these years later, GPS still sounds like that. I'm pretty far from civilization now. I mean, I'm nearing city limits, but nothing but farmland out this way. There weren't even any train or tram stops nearby either. I had to walk for 30 minutes just to get here. And for what? I don't see anything even remotely resembling a hero's hideout here. What do we see? Oh yeah, that doesn't look like a hero's hideout at all. It just looks like Wayne fucking Manor. You literally have a Batman poster on your wall. Just an ancient looking house with an overgrown yard behind a rusty gate. Actually, that's pretty high up on the potential hideout spot list. Yeah, not at all subtle, this place. Still, this is the address written on the ticket. We're not actually going to for the museum? I wanted to see Cliff's notes. The Cliff Notes. Oh my god! The Cliff Notes! I feel like I've had this real revelation before. Damn it. I yank the gate open. Okay, that's a great thing. That just unlocked gates. That's great security. The banshee like shriek of the old metal is painful. It shuts behind me. No turning back now. There is totally turning back that could be happening. Walking down the cobblestone path leading up to the mansion, I pass statues that have all seen better days. They each depict canines in combat poses. I'm pretty sure that bunny there isn't a canine, but okay. Some carrying weapons that have lost their edge. These look older than the stuff I see at the museum. Maybe it's just my nerves, but I feel like they're watching me. Judging me. I sure as hell hope this place isn't haunted. Ooh. Spooky doors. Danhausen. I reach the front door, which looks like something straight out of a historical drama. It's got no doorbell, just a big old pair of knockers. Straight out of Christmas Carol. No signs of life inside, from what I can see through the windows. No cars that I can see either. I knock on the door. I must be going insane. Complete silence. My GPS lead me astray. That'd be hilarious. You have all these backgrounds and all this other stuff. Turns out you just put the GPS, you go across the street, there's like a condo. I knock again. Are you using the knockers or are you using your hand? You gotta actually use the knockers, man. This time, I swear I can at least hear something inside, barely audible over the sound of the rain starting to trickle out of the sky behind me. I'm about to declare the mission a bust when, with a loud creak, the doors finally open, bathing me in the warm light and bringing me face to face with the largest crow I've ever seen in my life. Ah, Milo. He's dressed to the nines, no tens, face and beak scratched and scarred. His face is framed rather nicely by a pair of glasses. I guess this is the butler. Very dashing butler who looks almost, how should I put it, nerdy. His eyes drill into the very core of my being. I'm taller than most, but I actually have to look up at him slightly. I feel small next to him. Insignificant. Scared. I'd mentioned catching a glimpse of bulging muscles, but that's all I see. Muscles. Guess household chores are good for something. Good afternoon. What can I do for you? A Russ accent. So this is the guy Dawnhound was talking to. Combined with his deep voice, it only makes him more imposing. Hi, I'm... Master already donates to charities. I'm not here for donations. I got this. Master has no interest in their essential oils or herbal supplements either. God, no. Look, I'm Alex DeRouge. I got this ticket with an address on it telling me to come here. It's like now that I realize how stupid that sounds. Someone shoot me. He might! Is the robber from yesterday still around?
Give me ticket.
Wait, he bought it? I fish the ticket out of my pocket and pass it over. He scans the back of it with one eye. The other remains strangely still. He's got a robot eye! I just noticed that one of them is a blank pupil. Oh, that's a cool detail. He gives me a once-over.
We have been waiting for you.
There's a hint of warmth in his voice now that wasn't there before. If I wasn't still a nervous wreck, I'd say it was almost alluring. He is smiling a little now. Maybe it's the accent. You have?
For quite some time, yes.
He steps aside, holding the door open for me. Oh my. Oh me, oh my.
Hurry. There is storm coming.
You don't gotta tell me twice. Alright. Don't want your place to smell like wet dog.
Do not worry. I am used to it.
I sidle past him. He smells like citrus and pepper. I don't know if it's the cologne or something he's been cooking. Definitely not a bad scent. Hey, very nice. A lot of media. The foyer is richly decorated, beautiful red walls lined with dark wooden doors and bookcases that are all completely stocked, like a library from a fantasy book. My eyes are drawn to an impressive bust of a canine sitting on an alcove on the far wall. Unlike the statues outside, this one seems to have retained its original bronze color. But just like the statues outside, it stares right at me, its eyes following me no matter which direction I look at it from.
I will fetch Master. Please wait here, and do not touch anything under any circumstances. I will be back shortly.
Yes, sir. As he turns away, I can't help but notice his very defined features. He carries himself with elegance, especially for such a large man. He leaves through one of the doors. His footsteps echo around the large room. Instantly, I feel compelled to explore. I know he literally just told me not to touch anything, but I have never been in a rich people house before. And there's just so much to see. I'm pretty sure I could spend a year in this place and not get bored. I scan the shelves, looking for anything that catches my eye. Are these comic books? They sure look like comic books. This one has the entire Stinger collection. Would they notice if I snuck an issue home with me? Focus, Alex. Don't touch anything. A minute passes, then another. The ticking clock's starting to get on my nerves. I try some of the doors, but they're all locked. Even the one the butler went through. Ah, it's a test. I was kind of looking forward to snooping. My eyes fall on the bust again. It's starting to stare. It's still staring at me with those empty bronze eyes, almost begging for me to investigate. Walking up to it, I catch a familiar scent. Ginger and lime, just like the Dawn Hound last night. While the rest of the ample bust is practically sparkling, there's a noticeable smudged handprint right on top of its head. I tilt my head. It's bothering me. Oh no! 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 You said don't. They said don't touch, and you said they touch. You mess up. You mess up. The mission was to not touch. You mess up. They literally said do not touch, and you make a mistake. You make a mistake. I roll my sleeve over my hand and place it on the dog's head. They literally locked you in a room and saw if you could obey instructions like a sidekick is supposed to do, and you failed the mission. Before I can get to scrubbing, I hear a loud click. The bust gives way under my paw, head sinking a bit, like I pressed a button. About to step back when all of a sudden, the floor drops under me. What the fuck? I try to stop myself, but I built up too much momentum. The chute-like structure evens out into a slide, and I'm hurtling down at maximum velocity. I keep screaming, but after a while, there's no air left in my lungs. These have been the worst 24 hours of my entire life. By the time I hit a soft surface at the bottom, I'm all but traumatized, eyes still shut tight. Wow, 3 minutes and 34 seconds. They were timing to see how long it would take for you to fuck up or find the way out. The voice is distant, but there's no mistaking it. That's Dawnhound. I believe you owe me 20 euros, sir. And the... Oh, damn it. Ah! That was the butler. I got the voice wrong again. I push myself up, but my arms are still shaking, and I just end up collapsing on the padded, leathery floor again. Can't believe what I see when I open my eyes. Is it the Batcave? It's the Batcave! Yep, there's the fucking logo. You know, compared to the Batcave, this is kind of shit. This is incredibly impressive as a fucking room. I love the fucking logo and the globe and all of this stuff. This is super fucking cool. Do not get me wrong. I'm just saying compared to the Batcave. The Batcave is like, fucking incredible. I'm just saying. But this is by itself. I should just stop comparing things to the Batcave. It's like the set of a sci-fi flick in here. Screen showing security footage and city streets, machines, buttons, flashing lights and levers everywhere. They're so stuffy in here it's almost hard to breathe. The butler's manning a large computer at the far end of the room. There's what appears to be a ventilation system along with the ceiling and a thick metal pipe leading down into the floor. Is this part of the mansion too? And just how far below ground are we? Just what was that slide? There he is! Need a hand, Spot? I'm so distracted that I don't notice the fuzzy brown hand reaching out to me. I look up at its owner. Come to think of it, I feel dumb for not recognizing him at the office earlier. I scramble to my feet, just glad I'm still in one piece after that. Sore all over, though. You probably have a lot of questions. A few thousand at least. Yeah, a couple. What the hell is going on here? And I'd be more than happy to answer them. At least someone's tail is wagging. Okay, who are you? Why, I'm known as the Dawn Hound. I mean, who are you, really? Right, I suppose I haven't properly introduced myself yet. The butler swivels his swanky office chair around. I advise you not to divulge any unnecessary information, sir. Christ's sake, Milo, he deserves to know. The name's Raoul Brevard, CEO of Brevard Enterprises. Yep. I wonder if I caught it, like, sooner than was telegraphed, or if I just... it was being telegraphed pretty heavily. The sparkling ray of sunshine over there is my butler, Milo Drozdov. Right, Brev... Did you say Raoul Brevard? Think of the future? Think of Brevard, my boss? Brevard, that's you? In the flesh. This is a joke, right? Where are the cameras? My eyes dart between the dog and the bird, waiting for them to laugh and admit it, but they don't. My eyes are darting all over the room, scanning for hidden camera crews. Alright, you gonna come out now? Feel like a clown. This was a mistake. It's a lot to take in, I know, but it's all true. But no one's ever seen Brevard in person. Precisely. What better cover identity for a masked vigilante? No one would ever suspect the reclusive millionaire with zero media presence. In comic books, I'd say that's usually the first person to suspect. But now that I'm actually seeing it in real life, I'm utterly floored. You're serious, aren't you?
I just told you, I'm Raoul.
He's laughing. Ha 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 ha. He laughs, then notices I'm not joining him and stops. Behind him, the butler, Milo, rubs his beak with a groan.
Yes, quite serious. Tough crowd.
Does this guy think he's a comedian or something? I can't take this anymore. This isn't funny. I traveled halfway across the city to some huge mansion that can't decide if it's fancy or dilapidated. Then I tumbled down a magic slide into an overgrown basement with security screens everywhere that apparently belongs to one of the most richest people in the city. My former employer, who apparently fancies himself a pro wrestler / crime fighter at night and sends me into a breadcrumb trail to a secret lair of his. My gestures are as wild as my mind is, and you're acting like we've just had a casual job interview at the office. What the hell is all this? I've had the worst day of my life, and before I can continue my incoherent blathering, the Rottweiler puts his paw firmly on my shoulder. He's strong. The look on his face is serious now.
Alex, please calm down.
There's kindness and concern in his eyes.
I'm sorry. This is probably a lot to take in. I hadn't quite considered that this must all be very unusual for you.
That's an understatement if I've ever heard one. I nod. His face softens back into a smile, though not as goofy as before.
But there is a reason for everything, I promise. Just hear me out.
I feel like I'm about to cry. I take a deep breath. All right, Mr. Prevard.
No need for formalities.
Raoul, what is this place? And why am I here?
We are currently at a secret location, about 50 meters underground. Every hero needs a lair. As for why, you're here because I want to make you an offer.
What kind of offer?
Do you remember what happened last night?
At the store? He nods. How could I not?
What if I told you that was only one of many recent incidents?
Oh boy. I love this fucking... I love that fucking music for the menu, and it just kicked in. He paces towards the row of screens, hands on his back.
It's not just the Saltwater Syndicate at work. They're part of the bigger picture. A civilian such as yourself might not notice it, but there are cracks starting to form in our beautiful city.
I mean, it's a big city with almost 1 million people. You'd think that crime is just part of the deal. Isn't that what the police are for? Why fight crime yourself? He turns his head towards me. The glare from some of the screens hits his glasses, and I can't see his eyes behind them.
Mrs. De Bruin is only one of hundreds of innocents targeted this past year alone. Someone needs to take a stand. Protect the folks that police can't, or won't. Alex de Rouge, last night you showed exemplary courage. Recklessness. Regardless, you saved the life of an innocent woman, as well as my own. I'd like to invite you to join my cause as my assistant. My sidekick, if you will.
My jaws officially hit the floor. When I try to force words out, all I can do is stammer and stutter.
You're free to refuse, of course, and pretend this never happened. Milo will take you home. I'll see what I can do to smooth things over with your supervisor, and you can continue living your everyday life. But is that what you want? Or would you rather be part of something bigger?
He turns back to me, a hand extended. I look down at it, then back up at him. He's got the same goofy grin on his face as he did last night. Something bigger. I've been stuck so long that just hearing those two words feels like reaching the light at the end of a long tunnel. But then I think back at how it felt helping Mrs. De Bruin last night. How terrified I was. How I almost died multiple times. I can't see myself living in fear like that and coming out with a grin that big. Why did I come here in the first place? I bat his hand away and his face falls. I'm sorry. I can't accept this.
Why not?
I'm not cut out for it like you are. I don't think I've ever been as terrified as I was last night.
Believe me, I wouldn't be offering you this job if I didn't think you were the right man for it.
Well, I'm not the right man, okay? I sigh. I'm just a fuck-up who dropped out of college because things got too difficult. I'm sure you can do better than that for a sidekick.
That's not true.
You said I could refuse. I refuse. It's all just getting too much for me. I look past him at the crow who's gone back to typing on his computer. Hey, can you tell me where the exit is?
There is the elevator to your right.
Okay, thanks.
At least let him drive you home.
I walked over here. I can walk back. Just need to clear my head. I dust myself off and brush him aside, tipping my head to Milo as I hit what I assume to be the elevator button. The door opens. It's a pretty small elevator for a place this big. I guess it's only built for 2 people at a time. There's only one button. Up. Good. I'm sorry I couldn't help you. I step inside. Spot! The doors close. I pull on the drawn strings of my hoodie. It's gotten way too cold for comfort. What time is it even? Not that it matters, I don't have anywhere to be without a job anyway. So I just walk. Before long, I've left the mansion behind me like a bad dream. As populated as the city streets were this morning, they're completely abandoned now. Not surprising. The rain's coming down hard. That butler wasn't lying about the storm. The sky's almost black and I'm soaked to the bone. But none of that matters. Me, a sidekick? Sounds so amazing on the surface, doesn't it? To be a hero. Someone people look up to for protection. A beacon of hope. Talk about a My Hero Academia reference there. Probably not I don't know if it's intentional or not. I'm just joking. But that's just how it is in the comics. It's so different in real life. I could have died in Mrs. De Bruin's shop. More importantly, she could have died if I'd fucked up in there. This masked vigilante thinks I'm cut out for this business just because I didn't chicken out. Today showed I can't even keep a job, so how does he expect me to keep other people alive? Even at my job, my former job, I was too timid to seize the day. Just doing what I was told to do, trying to keep a low enough profile to not get in trouble with my permanently scowling supervisor. Always did a decent job, and that had always been good enough for me. The one time I was in line for something resembling a promotion, I just balked because I didn't know if I could handle the responsibility. Lou and Willem tried so desperately to get me to reconsider, and I've always wondered if I might have had a more successful career if I'd have taken that chance. The difference is that if I messed up in repairs, no one dies. Thankfully, even my supervisor's looks can't kill anything other than my self-esteem. Fighting criminals and saving people, though? It's not just my life that's on the line. What if I mess up badly enough? What I need is some time to figure things out. I'll find an opportunity again eventually. I head into the nearest store to get some much-needed comfort food. Mostly just ice cream. A couple days of chilling on the couch with Max will do me some good. A hero's life is probably overrated anyway. But what if this is my one chance at a better life? What if I really could be more? Something good finally falls into my lap and I turn tail? This is exactly why I've had the same shit job since high school. Not like I'd be thrown into the deep end as a sidekick. I'd be learning the ropes from a pro and getting paid for it. At least I hope he was going to pay me. And I wanted to take Raoul up on his offer. I really did, but I was so confused and scared and hopeless, like always. Everyone around me thinks I'm capable of more. Lou, Willie, even Raoul. Am I the only one who can't see it? Do I have it in me to take that big of a leap of faith? My mind continues to wander, wondering if I made the wrong call. Wondering if I'll ever have a chance like this again. If I'll ever even have a job again. If anyone would even care. Fuck! I say it loudly, almost shouting it into the void. Oh, I thought he got hit by something. Said it wrong, I'm sorry. The only thing that scared me more than jumping into the deep end is being left alone at the edge of the cliff after everyone's already gone in. Deep down, I know I'll regret it for the rest of my life if I don't do this. Guess that settles it. Do it. What, are you just gonna walk on back? Who says the offer's still open? I'm going back. I just hope it's not too late. This mansion looks even creepier than before with the dark clouds hovering up above. Lightning cracks in the distance as I open the rusty gate. Get stuck in the mud, leaving only a tiny space for me to slip through. Statues along the path seem to actually, honest to God, turn their heads as I walk by. At this point, I'm pretty sure they've got cameras installed in them. Or maybe I'm on the brink of a major meltdown. I hurry to the front door, slipping and sliding over the wet cobblestone. Oh, we got this. Here we go. Hello! It's me. He's banging. He banging on the door. He bang on the door. It's me, Alex. Open up. Oh, he's crying. Oh, look at him. Damn. No answer. Please. He said, please. Oh, ugh. Oh, he's so tired. I step back from the door. I'm so exhausted my tongue's lolling out from my muzzle. Please. Just give me one more chance. The light. Dawn when the break. I don't know what the fucking phrase is. I hear a laugh coming from behind the door, and then it finally happens. Oh! After being outside in the dark for so long, the bright light coming from inside practically blinds me. There they are! Oh, another time! They timed you again, you schmucks! You fuckers! Again! God damn it! Milo stands in the doorway. He regards me with what looks like a scowl. I can't really tell emotions when it comes to beaks. You motherfuckers.
40 minutes and 36 seconds.
His expression softens, and he steps aside, holding the door open. Yeah, he smiles again.
Less than an hour. I believe you owe me another 20 euros, sir.
Damn! He's always the one betting that we're going to be, like, well, I guess on this one, he bet that we're going to be quicker. We don't know if the last one was going to be quicker. I don't know. Raoul comes into view with arms folded in the toothiest of smiles. I can't help but smile back at them.
A small price to pay. Welcome home, Spot.
Welcome home. Damn.
Or should I call you Dusk Hound?
Dawn Hound and Dusk Hound. Dusk Hound?
Came up with it while you were gone. He is very proud of it. Didn't hear any ideas from you, smartass. Only because it is difficult to match creative genius such as yourself, Master Brevard.
Sounds good to me.
Really? Really? I mean, it is only the opposite of dawn. There are other options to consider.
He went back to frowning. Yeah, Dusk Hound it is.
Well, Dusk Hound, fancy a cup of coffee? Milo just put some on.
I like that a lot. I brought ice cream. That's awesome. Oh, issue 1 end. Please tell me that you don't just end the shit right away because I haven't saved. Okay, I'm just gonna save just in case. Whoa, look at this. Look at, they got the masks on there. Okay, I'm gonna return. Let's see what happens when you go issue 1 end. Ah, it's so cool. It has the thing. There we go. And now a word from our sponsors. That's so cool. Writing by Red and Saberwolf. Okay, multiple writer. I didn't know that. That's cool. Programming. Oh, that's so cool. Look at these. Fuck, this is a huge creative team. Rightly so. This is so fucking cool. You all did such an amazing fucking job. For a 0.1 build, or a 1.0 build for some reason, it should be a 0.1 build, I would imagine, but you all did an amazing fucking job with this. I am super fucking impressed. I cannot wait for more. I am so happy. This made me so happy. This made me so fucking happy. Look at all this, and it... You all did so fucking good. You have so many reasons to be proud of yourselves. This is wonderful. Wonderful. Absolutely fucking wonderful. Look, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If anyone was looking at this and expecting, you know, this is an Echo game. You're expecting the deep horror fucking super deep fucking lore and all this other stuff. This is not that. And it shouldn't be. It wasn't intended to be, it wasn't going to be, it wasn't trying to be. Don't expect that, you're not gonna get that. What this was a fun comic book story. And that's what it was. It was also a bit of a dissection of comic book tropes, because there were a number of comic book cliches on display here that all kind of got a little bit of a skewering that weren't beaten over the head with the skewering. Like sometimes when people want to make fun of a trope, they will fucking beat you about the head and neck with the "oh come on, this again" of it all. This didn't do that, but they still had a compelling story with fun interactions and fun characters. It was fun. This is what I would call it. It was just fun and a happy, fun time. that made me want to pick up another issue. If this was a comic book, I would want to... Oh, what the fuck? Why is it blinking out? What happened? What's going on? Oh, Jesus. What the... It just crashed. What the hell? Okay, that was weird. Don't know why it did that. Well, I'm glad it didn't do that while I was recording. That would have been bad, but okay, that was a little odd. It just crashed. I swear to God, I did not click X. It was just blinking out on me, and then it just crashed. I don't know why it did that. It was just running the menu screen for a while I was talking. But anyway, as I was saying, this was just a fun time, lighthearted, with a healthy dose of comic book clichédom, familiar tropes, but not taking itself too seriously, not taking itself too sillily, if that makes any sense. It wasn't too silly to not be enjoyed. The art is fucking phenomenal. The art direction was fucking incredible. The soundtrack was beautiful. This was one of the most fun recording sessions I've had in a long time. And just pure fun. And like this is just as fun. Like the fun highs I had here are like up there with like Temptations Ballad. Temptations Ballad has more emotional depth when it goes high and low. I haven't seen this game go low yet with the emotional lows, and comic books can go low. Comic books can span as much emotional depth as anything. When I say it's comic book, that's not limiting in any way. Comic books can be any emotion you want. I feels weird just having the blue screen. Let me open it up again. Comic books can have any emotion you want. It can be high action, it can be adventure, it can be emotion, it can be compelling, it can be drama, it can be depressing, it can be every emotion under the book, it can be all of them and more. So, yeah. This was fun. It had a bit of sadness, a bit of real emotion to it, exploring kind of the hopelessness that Alex was feeling. And and I also like the representation themes that you saw. There was a bit of everything going on here, and it didn't have to do it all, but it did. It did a lot. So I enjoyed it. So for the first build, again, why is it 1.0? I would 0.1. For the first build, they did a fucking lot with this first build. This was a multiple hour recording session. My throat is fucked, but the amount of fun just allowed me to plow through this no problem. I absolutely adored it. So thank you all very much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this. While you're at it, let me know what your favorite comic book hero is. And don't just limit it to Marvel and DC. There's a lot of other comic book sources out there. Include manga, and while you're at it, what's your favorite comic book hero? I talked a lot in this recording about My Hero Academia. I absolutely love, All Might is one of my favorites. I constantly shift around with who I like in terms of superheroes. Let me know what your favorite is. Maybe I'll pick one of those. And maybe it'll last longer than, one conversation with someone else. Oh, there it goes again. It crashed again. The menu doesn't seem to last more than, I don't know how many times it looped, but the menu doesn't seem to like the loop before it crashes. So, that's something that might need to be looked into. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'm gonna shut up now. Bye everyone, have a nice day.